The year is 2017 and Kirby's Blowout Blast has been released on the Nintendo 3DS eShop. Just like Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, Kirby's Blowout Blast takes one of the sub-games from Kirby Planet Robobot and makes it into a full game. Will Kirby Blowout Blast work well as a standalone title, or will it go to the way of DDD's Drum Dash Deluxe? Let's find out. The story of this game is very simple. Though not entirely stated, Kirby's Blowout Blast sees Kirby going through multiple areas defeating bosses like Kracko Jr., Mashers, Kracko, and King Dedede, which leads me to believe the most basic story is at the forefront here. King Dedede is causing trouble and Kirby has to stop him. When you fight Dedede, he flies off the castle as per usual, but then he gets powered up by a crystal, allowing him to grow giant. This giant Dedede fight is pretty sweet and a fun finale for the game. Though the game doesn't tell the complex Kirby stories that we're used to nowadays, it's still an effective little plot for a short game sold on the eShop. With all of that in mind, Kirby Blowout Blast story gets my rating of a B. We're here, everyone. The first ever fully 3D Kirby game. Just like in the sub-game Kirby 3D Rumble, Kirby finds himself running around a fully 3D environment, running, jumping, eating, but not copying. It's very much a sort of 3D Kirby's Dream Land. The goal is to try and get as many points as possible. The way you do this is by sucking up as many enemies in one inhale as possible, defeating as many enemies with one projectile as you can, and not getting hit. The more enemies you defeat in a chain, the more points you get. At the end of every stage, you get a bronze, silver, gold, or platinum medal, depending on how many points you obtain by the end of the stage and how fast you finish the stage. Once you beat the boss at the end of the stage, you move on to the next world. Beat King Dedede at the end of World 5, and you beat the game. Honestly, this game is really fun. It's short, sweet, simple, but so is Kirby's Dream Land. Out of all the eShop exclusive games we played so far, this one is definitely the best. With all of that in mind, Kirby Blowout Blast gameplay gets my rating of an A. Kirby's environment works really well in 3D. There is absolutely no point where depth perception is any issue at all. It's actually really impressive how much I knew where Kirby was in the 3D space at all times, considering this is the first time Kirby has ever designed a game this way. It just plain looks cool, especially when the boss battles reach their second phase. Second phase Kracko and second phase King Dedede are a visual spectacle that was very cool to see. As for the music, unfortunately, I don't have as much to say about it. There really aren't any standout tracks at all, especially since a lot of them are just modern remixes of Kirby's Dream Land songs. They're fine, nothing sounds shitty, just nothing that I'm going back to the OST playlist on YouTube to listen to. With all of that in mind, Kirby's Blowout Blast presentation gets my rating of a B-. To complete Kirby's Blowout Blast, you must beat all 5 worlds and all 5 EX worlds with a gold medal or higher. Doing this isn't that bad. As long as you make the effort to try and get the points and not get hit, you'll easily get the gold medals you're looking for. Doing so will unlock the Secret Path, a series of 5 levels that will test your abilities, have you fight all of the bosses, all while surviving on just 1 health bar. This level can be pretty tough, as playing through this whole gauntlet will definitely whittle down your health by the time you get to King Dedede at the end. This mode definitely took me a few tries to get, but when I did, they essentially just give you the gold medal. Honestly, this is a case where it feels like completing the game is just finishing the game. Though technically you don't have to finish the secret path to beat the game, it feels more so like a meaningful conclusion than just beating World 5 and World 5 EX. If you want the most out of your eShop exclusive Kirby title, I'd say complete this game. of all of the eShop exclusive games we've gotten based off of sub-games, this one has to be the best of them all so far. This is the one that feels the most like a full game. Though the story is near non-existent, the gameplay is solid, the presentation is serviceable, and it's a pretty fun game to complete, this is the eShop title that feels the most like a standalone game and not just a gimmick made longer. Kirby Fighters was just a game where you fight Kirbys for as long as you felt like was fun. DDD Strum Dash Deluxe was just a rhythm minigame that had no right to be as difficult as it was, and Team Kirby Clash Deluxe was... This game is just a game. And that's all I ask of it. With all of that in mind, Kirby's Blowout Blast gets my overall rating of a B. A solid B. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the new format of the retrospectives. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. All the social media are in the description below, so check them out as well. We also got merch in the description. Next week will be the video you've all been begging me for, the review of Kirby Right Back At Ya Season 3. But if you're too impatient to wait a week, you can become a channel member and watch it right now. I'm Bottles, and I bid you, my well-esteemed guests, adieu.